So what an end to an era. What's going on, team? It's Ricky with TechBud Solutions here with another video. And I want to clear some things up. So I uploaded a video yesterday following up with the news of Ugaz and Degaz are getting delisted, as well as a number of other ETFs and ETNs. And what I wanted to follow up with is the very beginning part of yesterday's video was a joke. I'm obviously not going to stop trading. I am obviously not going to stop trading live. And yes, although it is sad to see that Ugaz and Degaz will be getting delisted, I honestly have to say, out of all the feedback that I've received, I'm very, very excited to see what's next, right? One of the most beautiful parts about trading in the stock market, especially as a day trader, is the overall idea of how challenging it is. And what I wanted to remind you is we're getting so much feedback, people very excited to see what's next, people saying, well, let's see if you can still trade, right? And I actually wanted to recap the overall day. I cleared a little bit over $900 profit, nearly $1,000. But again, a goal is something to work towards, not something that you necessarily have to hit every single day. And all I wanted to share with you is there's a reason, like, we're the largest YouTube channel in the world for those who day trade in the stock market. There's a reason why we're the largest Facebook group in the world. And it's because I don't just make videos for one specific group of people. I do agree that there are a lot of people that, regardless of how many times, I almost feel like a broken record, right? When I repeat that, please do not copy what it is that I do. Almost in every single video, when I recap my trades, when I talk about what it is that I trade, I always encourage people to explore all options. Penny stocks, lower cap stocks, momentum stocks, trading options, Forex, crypto. I feel like I've always been someone that simply wants to encourage our viewers to pursue whatever markets it is that they see value in. I'm simply here to spark interest. If you see value in what it is that I do, great. I hope that, you can subscribe to the channel and maybe join our free Facebook group. If you don't like the way that I break things down, then guess what? The amazing part about YouTube, the amazing part about the Facebook group is that you don't have to join. It is all based off of free will. So it's absolutely mind-boggling how people can be so negative towards other when they see that, oh, their bread and butter is getting delisted. I think, with the overall idea of why we do so well is because we try to share ideas in encouraging our viewers on understanding what to do and why to do it, not to copy other people. From the very beginning, my overall recaps and my sharing my experience and what works for me and what doesn't is an effort for you to cherry pick what you like, what you don't like. So when you're put in a very similar predicament, right, and it comes down to solving problems, you at least have a better understanding of what has worked and what hasn't. But at least you understand what it is that you are doing versus just simply trying to copy other people, as again, many other people just try to do. At the end of the day, the goal is always to be self-sufficient. So with that being said, I do agree with a lot of you. It is very sad to see that Ugaz and Degaz have gotten delisted. But on top of that, I am also very excited because, like many of you guys that are part of our free Facebook group or the TechBud Solutions group and even Learn Plan Profit, right? There's no question that our series of group chats have sometimes from time to time have been flooded with Ugaz and Degaz questions. And I think that this is going to be a very critical point for a lot of people. This is why it's so important to understand what to do and not just try to copy people on one specific area, right? Because when you understand what to do, you can take that concept and apply it to multiple different areas. And this is the perfect time to do so because when you're not given any other option, this is an amazing time to explore maybe a new niche, right? Maybe a new ETF, something that you could potentially see value in that you personally can be self-sufficient on. This can be, again, a big critical point that could really encourage you and push you to the next level. So what I wanted to do is, first of all, I wanted to give a shout out to McCarthy. He's a member within our Learn Plan Profit group, and he created and shared this huge ETF list that you guys can see on my right-hand side. So you do have to have a Facebook account, and if you want to download, it's absolutely for free. It's just the way that we can share it with you. Click the first link down below. You guys should be able to download this PDF, and we're going to send it to you via Messenger. So you can download it and learn a little bit more about a series of ETFs that are available. And by, again, having access to a number of ETFs, it's not that all these ETFs are great or that are amazing, but I want you to know that you have so many different options. don't even just stop there, right? If you want to learn more about lower cap stocks, momentum stocks, penny stocks, right? From the very beginning of when I started this YouTube channel, I've always at least tried to do my part and encourage you to pursue markets in areas that you personally see value in. If you are someone that maybe hasn't had the best experience with trading ETFs, then I think that this is a great point in your life to then make a transition and to find a niche that you resonate well with. So I am very, very excited to see what's next for you. And if you agree, I really hope that we earn your thumbs up throughout this video. And as well as if you're part of our TechBot Solutions or our Discord group, if you're excited to no longer be spammed with Ugaz and Dgaz questions, make sure you smash that like button as well. I'm altogether thrilled because this is going to be a really big transition for a lot of people. But what I wanted to share with you is I wanted to share the why on why am I not trading JNUG and JDST? Why am I not trading DRIP or Gush? And I wanted to share with you, first of all, the qualities that I found attractive about Ugaz and Dgaz, the ETFs that I'm transitioning to, which shouldn't be a surprise based off of what I traded today and my TechBot Solutions post today. But I want to share with you why, so you have a better understanding of the reasoning behind it. So if it makes sense to you, great. And if it doesn't, then I still think that's a positive takeaway. You can simply, transition to something else. At least you understand why it is that I'm transitioning to this. So the first thing that I want to share with you is one of the first qualities that I really liked about Ugaz and Dgaz is that they were exact inverses of one another. One goes up when the other goes down, right? Since they announced that they're getting delisted, Ugaz and Dgaz there's some discrepancies now, right? So that's why I'm no longer trading them. With that being said, I like ETFs, I like ETNs that are exact inverses of one another, because if I focus on direction, when one goes up, the other one goes down. So therefore, I only have to focus on direction and making sure that the overall upside outweighs the downside. And it's kind of just my criteria, right? I really like inverse ETFs. The second thing that I really like about Ugaz and Dgaz is the overall idea that they closely follow the correlating future, right? /NG, and although the contracts do change from time to time, the thing that I really like about Ugaz and Dgaz is an example for Ugaz, when natural gas is selling off, so is Ugaz. When natural gas is pushing up, Dgaz drops, right? So based off of that very similar correlation, it gives me an edge, right? By being able to see a future and how it trades, since it tends to have healthier volume, I can at least take that information and again use that information when it comes down to my trades on Ugaz and Dgaz. There are very similar ETFs like JNUG and JDST that sometimes follow /GC. This is a gold future, right? /GC. But JNUG and JDST are minors when it comes down to the specific ETF that they are. So they don't exactly follow /GC. So because of that discrepancy, I just don't find them to be as attractive. I do agree. They are very consistent, and even during our live trading this morning, we did break them down. And there's a very attractive thing about JNUG and /GC and JDST and how they trade. All I'm saying is it's all based off of preference. I'm not saying that this is not something that you should pursue. I'm just sharing with you why I don't see the most value in them, and it's because of the discrepancy of it being a minor in comparison to an ETF that exactly follows its correlating future. And I hope that makes sense to you, right? And then the last thing is its volatility. One of the things that I really liked about Ugaz and Dgaz is how aggressive it moved. It didn't move so aggressive that it was like uncontrollable and too volatile, but it moved enough that my intraday opportunities were well worth it, right? I can make a decent amount without having too much money invested in a trade. This is my only drawback with the transition that I've made. When it comes down to inverses, right? One goes up, one goes down. SQs and TQs are inverses of one another. When /NQ, which is the NASDAQ future, when that goes up, TQs goes up. So the correlation is there, and SQs does the opposite, so it goes down when TQs goes up. So I like that. I also like the correlating future. Again, TQs closely follows /NQ in comparison to JNUG does not exactly follow /GC all the time. So I really like the comparison, right, with being able to utilize the benefits and the edge that I have from the future when it comes down to trading those specific ETFs. So I like that correlation. The last thing is TQs and SQs just doesn't move as much as Ugaz and Dgaz. That's the easiest way that I can put it. And I'm just sharing with you that if you are someone that struggled to trade Ugaz and Dgaz, maybe because it moved a little bit too quickly, then if I were you, I would look into TQs and SQs as you can kind of get a better idea of how it trades. It's not something, I'm not saying all the time. There's obviously, ETFs that just have big drops or big pushes from time to time. But altogether, I mean, you could even see it here on how it moves. TQs and SQs is still triple leverage, but the overall idea is it just does not move as aggressively as natural gas did or the natural gas ETNs. There's nothing wrong with that. It's just, again, less volatile, and I liked the volatility that natural gas offers. So that's my only downside that I have to say about TQs and SQs. If anything, the correlation when it comes down to the future and the ETFs and the overall inverses of one another, I have to say TQs and /NQ and SQs are much more consistent. Right now, the overall market, NASDAQ, is very, very bullish. It's pretty overbought, right? So it makes sense that, hey, might be time to lock in profits on TQs. We might expect a little bit of a pullback, but there's a very consistent pattern with TQs. There's a very consistent pattern with /NQ. I like the consistency aspect. I like the clear direction. The only downside that I could think of is, as of right now, it just isn't as volatile as natural gas. It's just something that I wanted to share with you. I wanted to share with you the pros, and I also want to share with you, some of the cons that I'm not the most excited about. But at the end of the day, it is our job to take advantage of opportunities that make sense to us and that we understand the risk of. So the final message that I want to share with you is, if you are someone that is truly excited to transition into, again, a new niche, please take time to understand that you don't have anything to prove to anyone. I don't care what any comment says. I don't care what any member of our group says. Understand that you are here to learn how to trade and to trade what makes sense to you. So just because I trade something does not mean that it's the best option for yourself. If you truly want to be successful in any market, in my experience, take time to learn more about it, the potential as well as the risk. When you're sold on just the idea of how much money that you can make, you need to always take into consideration and ask the question, well, at what risk does it come with? Because at the end of the day, every opportunity comes at some form of risk. And this is something that you have to understand. So yeah, that's really just it. I kind of just wanted to clear things up based off of the video that I made yesterday. I wanted to share with you a list of ETFs that, again, McCarthy within our Learn Plan Profit group shared. So if you want to download that free PDF, that's going to be that first link down below. And on top of that, I wanted to share with you what I'm transitioning to and the reason why I find TQs and SQs attractive. So if you agree, maybe you can take time and explore to see if it's something that you see value in. But at the end of the day, if you don't agree and you don't see value and it doesn't make sense to you, then I still think that's a positive takeaway, because then you can at least take what you've learned in your experience of trading anything else and apply it to something else. This is why you should always understand what to do and never be told what to do. So I'm very excited to continue our journey and to be one step closer to becoming, again, the first day trading YouTube channel to hit a little bit over 1 million subscribers. So I really hope that you guys are excited for this overall journey. If you guys are, make sure you smash that like button. Again, don't forget to download your free PDF for the list of different ETFs that McCarthy put together for you, and that's gonna be that first link down below. Make sure that if you're new to day trading and you wanna stay connected, you guys can join our free Facebook group, which is gonna be the second link down below. If you guys wanna watch me trade live as soon as tomorrow, click the third link down below, learn a little bit more about the Learn Plan Profit group, and get a taste of what it's like to watch me trade live with one of the videos that we have, again, in that third link down below. I appreciate you guys' time, and like always, let's make sure that we end the year on a green note. Take it easy, team.